Okay, so in this video we're going to continue with our trig review. We have two different concepts here, a very short video on the second part of trig review. And the first part has to do with some trig substitution. With trig substitution, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be working with a relationship given something like this, where we have the square root of 16 minus x squared. And then we're going to be given something like let x equal 4 sine of theta. They'll also specify a domain here, like they might give you something like, okay, well, let's look at it between 0 and pi over 2. And that's strictly so that when we take the square root in a little bit, we know whether we're taking a positive or negative square root. So what I want to do is I'm going to simplify the square root of 16 minus x squared by using this trig substitution and plugging in x equals 4 sine of theta. So I'm going to write it as the square root of 16 minus 4 sine theta squared. If I square out that 4 sine theta, I get the square root of 16 minus 16 sine squared theta. Factor out the 16 they have in common. I get 16 times 1 minus sine squared theta. And then 1 minus sine squared is cosine squared, so I get the square root of 16 cosine squared theta. And then now I have it in terms of a binomial, so I can take the square root of it. So I get 4 cosine of theta. And I know it's positive 4 cosine theta because of this restriction between 0 and pi over 2. The second type of problem that you're going to face is, again, going back to our decomposition, but involving a trig function. So if you have something like y equals, say, the sine of 2x, down the road we're going to have to take the derivative of this, and when we take the derivative of this I had to break it down into its two individual functions. We have a sine function and then we have a 2x. So then what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, well, let u equal 2x and then y equals the sine of u. Also recall that if you're given something like, let's just say I have tangent squared of x. Tangent squared of x really means this, really means tangent of x quantity squared. So now if I'm going to do the decomposition of that, I'm going to let u equal the tangent of x, and then y equals u squared. It's important to know what's the inside function and what's the outside function. Hey, and that's it. Now you can do some decomposition on that. You can do some more trig stuff. You can do a little bit of trig substitution. Good luck.